So, Rymrgand must really be wanting to test us, or this is all just a coincidence? The foes that we have fought since coming to Harbinger's Watch have pretty much tested us to our limits. Maybe it's just a trait that you can find among those who live under Rymrgand and his cold? I don't know, but I have taken so many injuries since coming here. I'd like for it to stop. Let someone else take all the injuries. I've been near death a few times already. I know that I'm not invincible since I've died before, and the gods are watching me, judging me. I have strong reason to believe, based upon what they've said to me in our conversations, that I'm not invincible. I can die, and fail my God's given mission here on Eora. They must find it amusing that I do not really care for them, or maybe they could not bring themselves to concern themselves with that. I just find the whole situation ironic. Let's see some real work by the gods in this world to make things better for Kith. I'm not asking for heaven, but I am asking for the Kith to be able to have a stable world in which they can learn and grow and become better. It cannot be done with the gods intervening with just about everything. They have their wars, they start, people die, people suffer, and then they move on to another war or cause that harms others, such as the Hollowborn in the Deerwood. It's one big circle of activity, and the only one who pays for it all are us Kith. The gods fight amongst themselves, they make deals, bargains, backstab each other, and try to dominate the world. Yeah, like I said, we'd be better off without them. They've had 2,000 years or so to make things better, and they haven't been able to do that. Someone remind me why we need them again? No? No one? Well, the whole reason we have them is because of the ancient Ingwithans. They imposed their artificial gods upon us, the gods that were the collective souls of their chosen ones, and now we have to live with it forever. We are going through the temple to Rymrgand, and the various areas of it, and it has been very tough going. Lots of traps, some of which I just cannot disable. And the enemies have been extremely tough too.
Will do.
It's actually been quite frustrating how many injuries we've taken, especially me. Oh, well, that opens up the other side of the door. What's this? Thick layers of ice coat this chest, sealing it closed. Examine it for weakness. Let's see, who would be best? Probably you, because you know the ice the best, Vatnir, I would think. Vatnir kneels on the ground, cold ground, closely scrutinizing the frozen container. A small gap, just large enough for a pry bar or a Kith's fingers, is visible between the lid of the chest and his body. Force open the lid. You're the strongest, Adair? Oh, the lid doesn't budge. Open it with the pry bar. I wiggle the pry bar between the body of the container and the lid. I carefully press down on the unyielding iron, and with the cracking of wood and ice alike, the lid rises upwards. The chest is opened. There goes the pry bar. But we have Awakened Adra, Garnet, Living Iron, Binding Copper, Aquamarine, Peridot, and Frosty. Interesting. Some kind of mechanical pet is what it is. Well, I like my cat. Prissy. Okay, so let's go back to... Well, that's the only thing left now. Where that hole, that portal, was open to. I suppose we're going to have to go through and close it somehow. Though I don't want to be the one who does it, but I suppose if I don't do it, then it just won't get done. If we don't do it, I should say. That dragon will probably keep coming through. I don't know why it keeps getting pulled back. The first time we saw it do that was getting sucked up into the air, and then it was getting pulled into the portal. I don't think that's the last we'll see of the dragon, though, and if it keeps coming back to life, yeah. It's, we'll probably have another fight coming at some point with it. To the Temple of Decline. Whoa, is it ever cold in here? Not a place I wanted to come back to. There's actually another body over here. Oh. There's a couple over here as well. I may regret this. This may be the last thing I do, but let's go through this portal.
You stand before the shining portal that devoured the dragon. This close, you see it as a ragged-edged tear in the world. As you near, the portal flares bright. Brighter. Too bright to stand. When the light fades, and at last you can see again...
Rymrgand.
A great, shaggy aurochs stands before you. A bone-snapping chill radiates from the creature. It is the manifestation of Rymrgand.
Hello again. Didn't ever want to see this god again. It's too late now.
Herald of Bereth, you teeter on the very precipice of your death.
As you like saying to me.
To once again violate my realm. Do you desire dissolution after all?
I have work yet to do.
Yes. Bereth does keep their hound on a short leash. Should you ever want for a final freedom from the Pallid Knight's grasp, seek me. I will gladly grant it.
Sounds like he needs your permission before he destroys your soul.
Passing through the breach will shred your soul into its constituent parts, to little more than wayward motes of essence.
Okay, so you're saying we can't go through there and survive it?
Knowing that, what do you want?
What happened to the dragon?
Her soul was drawn through the breach, the Vytmádh, and into the beyond. Neriskirlas has bound her soul to a relic from the days when the gods walked Eora as titans.
You did that once, huh? I didn't know that.
This relic lies in the beyond, and it holds her soul captive there.
Who is Neriskirlas? Who is that?
That is the name the dragon chose for herself.
Okay. What relic are you referring to?
It is one of the many things Kith have thrown into the beyond, in hopes it might be devoured by the White Void.
Why did the dragon bind her soul to it?
The relic cannot be destroyed. In her ignorance, Neriskirlas hoped that tying her soul to it would save her from death.
And now I see why she's undead.
She is mistaken. True death has not claimed her yet, but it will. It is inevitable.
Is that why this iceberg is here?
Yes. The iceberg is the natural result of Neriskirlas' desperate attempt to evade death. Every time she escapes from the beyond into the here, she tears the hole a little wider.
Oh.
And so, the chill of my realm spreads.
And your cult, the Harbingers, what about them?
They have done as Kith always do. They have claimed for themselves a place that is not their own. They are no concern of mine.
What's the difference between the Vytmádh and the White Void?
The Vytmádh is the gaping maw of entropy. The White Void is the hunger that gnaws at the guts of Eora and cannot be sated.
Almost sounds like they're the same thing. Your breach will freeze a dead fire if you don't close it.
That is unfortunate for you.
Then I'll close... Do you want to make a deal?
That you trust still in me, or any god to deal honestly with you, it is remarkable. Naive, but remarkable.
Oh, well, you seem to hold the same faith in the gods that I do. I don't see how I have much of a choice here. Say nothing.
There is something you may do for me.
What is it? Freeze everyone on Eoria for you?
Like a maggot, the dragon Neriskirlas has burrowed beneath the skin of my realm. Destroy her.
Okay. Why do you want the dragon dead?
She is already dead. She refuses to acknowledge it.
Okay.
She has made herself immune to destruction by my hand, and in so doing, she mocks the very essence of my realm.
Why do you think I will succeed where you failed?
The relic she bound her soul to has proven impervious to my influence.
So a Kith can do what the great god Rymrgand cannot.
I can yet do many things, Herald of Bereth.
A rime of frost grows at my feet. It coalesces, hardens, begins to climb my legs. I am rooted in place, my limbs slowly growing numb. I say nothing.
The ice encasing your legs splinters and falls away. Unable to feel your feet, you tumble to the side, but are ably caught by your companion.
I dare.
A satisfied sigh escapes Rymrgand's decaying bovine
I
mouth.
I must know what's in it for me if I kill this dragon. Will you close the Vytmádh?
A temporary reprieve from my inevitable victory.
I know you're the enigmatic god of cold and all, but I need more to go on than that.
Eradicate the dragon, and the Vytmádh will close, sparing your precious realm the insatiable cold of the White Void.
Fine, I'll do it.
Good. I would rather watch you fail than bar your entry.
Interesting.
But you lack the means to enter the Vytmádh and survive the journey. You must seek the Eye of Rymrgand, a relic that once belonged to my vassal, Reinhider. It is a cold, blue stone, and it lies somewhere within this temple.
I show Rymrgand the relic. You mean this?
Indeed.
The one I paid 20,000 copper for.
Approach the Vytmádh with the relic in hand. It will grant your soul safe passage into the Shattered Realms.
You better mean my entire group and I. If it's just me, I don't think I can defeat the dragon on my own.
The White Void's only purpose is to destroy souls, and it is adept at doing so. I will not stop my servants there from their work. They will treat you no differently than any wayward soul.
Isn't that fantastic? Okay, so we're going to be fighting it every turn.
Should you fall to their predations, not even Bereth will be able to save you.
Well, I don't see I have much of a choice now, do I?
Rymrgand pauses, his dark cluster of eyes watching you intently.
One final thing, Watcher. You must destroy that dragon.
I totally understand.
When his words fall silent, and only the shriek of the wind through the breach remains, the light flares again, then quickly dies. You open your eyes and find the beast gone.
Okay, well, it seems I took an injury from being frozen. Frostbite. Okay. I know I'm going to regret this already. Let's go through.
The blinding light of the breach pulses in time with the heartbeat of Eora. Your soul pulses in response.
Enter the breach. Through the Vytmádh. To fight the dragon that will not die. What if you just chopped its head off? How would it come back to life? Let us go find whatever awaits us here in this horrible, horrible realm. What was that giant thing? Ah, primal wind ingredient. One of Rymrgand's soul collectors, I take it? Anyways, go get him, Adair. You know what? I'm gonna circle around back.
Time to rethink this.
There we go.
Die already.
Yeah, of course I get its attention, because my two blades do so much damage. Well, if we fight one at a time, we should be okay, but if we fight a group of those, we could be in for a lot of trouble. Alright, so actually, out of curiosity, Modwer.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Let's go kill something.
That's the point. Modwer wants blood. Okay. Well, he wants to kill a lot of things.
Sure.
I suppose I have no choice but to do it for her. It's a female sword. So strange. So strange I have a sentient sword to begin with. Ah, the dragon. And who's this? Kinda looks like the elf I took the armor off of. That just disappeared.
You followed me into the abyss? Have you so little respect for the scant years your fragile form affords you?
The dragon growls through sword-like teeth, yet the meaning behind the sound rings within my mind. Oh, so now you're talking to me.
I know not why the short-sightedness of Kith continues to surprise me. Leave while the option remains, lest you be bound here as I am.
What are you?
Circumstance does not afford me time to address ridiculous queries.
You're not trapped here, you just attacked Harbinger's watch.
A simple understanding of a complex situation.
Then help me understand.
No. I bear responsibility for neither your enlightenment nor your sophistication.
Nice gaping hole in your chest. The great reptile's head cranes to the right, turning a glowing eye upon me. A snort flares her nostrils.
Descend into the void or do not. I care neither way. But know that within its depths do all things encounter their endings.
Except for you, apparently. Whoa. In the silence that follows the dragon's descent, a faint twinge plays along the hair on my arms. After a moment, I realize that the sensation stems from my soul, a faint echo of essence across my watcher senses. The fractured pieces of the armored spirit I saw rush to battle near Cyrilias, reach out to me, beckoning. Over here. There's more behind us as well. Oh, look at that. Actually looks warmer over there. Hope it's not a deception. Let's see what this soul has to say. Faintly pulsing strands of soul essence collect here as if seeking one another's comfort. As I reach out to it with my spirit, the broken soul seems to peer back at me. The damned dragon hisses as I drive the mace upwards into the bottom of its jaw. It attempts to bat me away from the Vytmádh, but I duck beneath its claws. I jam the edge of my shield into the side of its neck. You will not again allow it passage into the world of the living. With an abrupt shock of pain, the vision ends. The strands of the sundered soul cling to me like cobwebs. Oh. There's more. So I know of two. Is this just supposed to be some kind of illusion to make you want to go where it's warm and you can never go there? I can't seem to... There's a chest at the far end I can see. There's no way I can see to get to it. Well, let's just play along here for a minute. It is not as cold here. It's not just an illusion. Look at this coral. It's actually kind of pleasant. Let's go back then. We have souls to help. Another one over here. Wandering soul. Faintly pulsing strands of soul essence stretch towards me, interweaving with those I've collected before. The spirit grows stronger within me. It's an honor, my mother told me. The Altar of Decline rarely sends for grandeur among the clans. But my heart breaks as the land recedes behind the ship. I never noticed it before, such warmth for my frigid home, but it is stark as day in its absence. You'll sail north, the captain tells me, keeping well to the west of Nasitak and its stout defenders. The journey will take weeks, but it'll be quicker, he says, as he points towards the oars, if I'm rowing with the rest of us. The whirling essence settles within me. Just fragments of people's lives. There's another soul essence part. The faintly pulsing strands of soul essence stretch towards me, interweaving with those I've collected before. The spirit grows stronger within me. Ranhidir, Olrun's daughter, dragged again before the elders for wandering. Never leave the clan without another, they'd said before. Would say again, each time drumming it into her shoulders with a staff of etched bone. The land is one of endings, the beast of winter's dread domain, where he lurks beneath the snow, above the stars, and within red fangs and claws. Never walk alone. The girl will not learn. Bjarnfol tells them, for her ears are frozen shut. She wants to hit him, but he's a bare-blooded adult grown, and she but a gawkish child of fish and berries. He's not worth another drumming. The elder silences him. She will learn, the wizened elf answers, or she will die. Regardless, she belongs to Rymrgand and not to you. Reconstituted soul pulses like a heart. So that's 3 soul fragments. We've come over to this section, and I see a 4th. I've only approached the essence before it sweeps towards me, drawn into the growing soul clinging to my own. Frigid cold washes over me. I have to ignore the screaming, to shut it out and focus. The dragon's at the doors, and I've but moments before it's reached the Vytmádh, to sup on Rymrgand's gateway as it has so many of your kin. I will not allow it. In my prayers I open the way to Rymrgand, forging a road of my soul from the here through the beyond and into the very depths of the white void. He accepts, the Vytmádh opens, and winter claims all. The spirit tears itself from me, stepping away even as it manifests a visible form. Oh, it's the same spirit that we saw fighting the dragon. A soul stands before me, shimmering and indistinct, her sharp elven features fading to nothing at the edges and extremities. I recognize her form as that of one of the armored corpse standing frozen in the temple beyond the portal.
You trespass.
The soul's voice seems to come from everywhere at once. From her, from the air around me, and from within my own mind. Its chill runs down the sides of my neck, a numbness descending from my ears to my shoulders. Vytmádh gapes at the phantasm and retreats a step towards the portal. I have an invitation.
Yes, you and all others. Yet you arrived before the appointed hour.
Her brow furrows.
Or perhaps after.
The figure takes a step closer, and the air grows colder, drier. Frost spreads from her feet.
You retain yourself. Your life, your awareness, your soul. How?
I show her the eye of Rymrgand. Rymrgand gave me this. The spirit's eyes widen as she reaches towards the orb. She stops short, fingers twitching, before letting her hand drop to her side. Her attention falls to the frozen ground.
Your presence suggests that Rymrgand has chosen a new guardian to put the worm to the blade. To succeed where I have failed.
Who are you, anyway?
I was Reinhider of the Gunthor. Now I'm merely the shade you see before you.
When was that exactly?
Long ago. I know not how you reckon such things.
Had Adair lost control over the Durwood yet?
The Deerwood?
She frowns at the word.
I know not the name. Adair was the alliance of Meadowfolk and Shelterfolk, correct? It was young yet.
A deer formed roughly 4 centuries ago, but it only established its Deerwood colony within the last 2.
She taps her upper lip with a single extended finger. Why do you address me in Adairan?
I do not.
I beg to differ.
I thought it odd, Watcher, that you possessed a sudden and thorough understanding of Orthioma.
The language of the Glamfellan has diverged greatly from the original tongue of their ancestors who originally settled the White that Wends, though it may share common roots with Adairan. Orthioma is incomprehensible to those who haven't studied it.
I speak the tongue of my people. If you perceive it as your own, it is because of this place.
You tried to kill that monster. Do you know what it is?
Before it came here, it was a dragon. What it has become since, exactly, I cannot say. It fell upon our temple wielding powerful wizardry. I believed that it desired the temple itself, or our accumulated lore. I was mistaken.
What was the dragon after?
Rymrgand gifted our people with a Vytmádh that we might yield to him. Those objects or individuals that persisted beyond their value to the clans. In its desire to dominate the Deadfire, the worm sought to retrieve one or more of the sacrificed relics.
Her scowl twists into a smirk.
Even if it claimed the relics, the fool cannot return. Its body long since destroyed. Still, its soul persists against the power of this place, and I would see it ended.
The dragon seemed pretty solid when I fought it outside the temple.
It was but a shadow forged of spirit stuff, by the worm's own will.
You claim that the dragon manifested itself from ambient essence?
Reinhider nods in response.
As if it's a chanted who can chant up itself.
I need to find that dragon.
Then you must seek it below. Know that the white void will consume you, however. A few souls here cling tenaciously to coherence. Some for as long as centuries. Seek them, if you would know the secrets of their longevity.
I guess we'll have to speak to them.
This place decomposes spirits. Do not be surprised if the souls require repair before rendering you aid. I imagine, though, that the Beast of Winter would prefer you hasten their dissolution.
I'll help if I can. Reinhider bows her head to me.
In its desperate thrashing, the worm has scattered this ruined realm. You may find your way stymied as you proceed. Do not fear to forge the path you seek.
Okay. She is a very tall elf. We've got to go search the realm and speak to these souls and see what sustains them now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.